Hey everyone. Hey everyone. Excited to have you on tonight. Hey everyone. Excited to have you on tonight. We are so excited to have you a part of this podcast. I just want to welcome everyone who is joining for the very first time. And for those of you that we see every Tuesday, excited to have you a part of this. Really, for those of you that if this is your first time checking out this podcast, I want to give you a little heads up on what this is about. So this podcast is about women. It is about bringing them together, and it's ultimately about showing them that they are their greatest hero. And sometimes we can get really caught up in where do we go in this confusion? And we've got so many things on our plate. And what is it that we're actually doing and trying to give to the world and also still trying to give to ourselves? And so what this podcast is designed to do is to give you a little bit of clarity, a little bit of direction, a little bit, even if it's just for 15 minutes to say I can do this. I can figure this out. We can figure this out. I can do this. And really just banding together to be able to do that. For those of you that have been tuning in week after week, we've been foundationally building upon this whole premise of what's your whisper? What's that thing that's driving you? What's that thing that is keeping you around the campfire of your dreams to say hey, I've always wanted to do that. For those of you, if this is your first episode joining, in previous weeks, we've gone and done a recap of what is it I have right now? What is it that I want? And why do I want what I want? Is it aligned in my truth? Is it aligned in ego? Is it aligned in trauma? Is it aligned in, showing my dad that I always could have done it? Is it about, overcoming challenges in your life? Or is it this true intent of purpose of what it is that you're looking for to be able to have and to hold in your life? And really, especially going back to that first episode and identifying what your whisper is. What is that thing that's been tugging at your heart? When you catch yourself in a daydream, what is that thing? And it represents who you are and how you want to feel. That might be a hard conversation at home. That might be telling your partner that you love them for the first time. That might be bringing up adoption or foster care or having a baby. It could be starting a business. And that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. And most of the time, our topics are very broad. They will meet you wherever you are. But tonight, I want to talk about something very important, and it's why a home-based business in 2024 may be the right thing for you to do. Because over these last few months that we've been starting this podcast, which we're on episode 10, woot woot, double digits, is I've been conducting interviews with these incredible women, but the majority of them, this pattern is starting to emerge. And the big thing that they're saying is, I've always wanted to start something. I always thought about starting my own business. I always thought about starting my own family business. I always thought about creating something for myself. And I think that that's so beautiful, because what we sometimes mistake is, it's very probably 1970s and older to say that business is for men, but I think that some of that hasn't fully translated for women. One of the things that I've been saying a lot in this last year and a half of my life is to be woman is to be king. To be a woman is to be king. Is that you can literally do anything that you want to do. You can be a full-time mom. You can be married. You can have kids and have a really great career. You can have those all. You can do one or the other. You can do none or the other. You can have a baby without being married. You can have a baby without having anybody. You can do absolutely anything that you want to do. And so what I want to do tonight is just remind you, you are a creator. Your body, your essence, your soul, your energy, your vibe is designed for creation in mind. And so it's no secret that if you have something brewing on your heart, that was not put there by mistake. But I just want to see if I'm talking to the right people. Do you ever find yourself saying, is this all there is? What exactly am I doing here? Why do I find myself working harder at my job than I do for myself? There has to be a better way to do this. I never thought I'd be here. I feel invisible and replaceable where I'm at. So we're just going to all work till we die. Is there a way that I can make money from anywhere? And can I get ahead of where I'm at now by betting on myself? And if you answered yes to any of those questions, your whisper may be leading you somewhere. The other thing I want you to ask yourself is, if I could design my life, would I choose what I'm doing right now to be a part of this reality? If I could design my life, would I choose what I'm doing right now for my job to be a part of that reality? And if that answer is no, then your whisper may be leading you somewhere. A little bit on why I wanted to pick up this topic is because my personal development journey, I believe, began like at birth. I remember even just being like in fourth grade and I had this like little Tigger notepad and I would write these motivational quotes on it. And when I became a teenager, I discovered this organization called PSI seminars. And my parents had to attend the seminar, both of them, before I could attend the seminar. So it was a huge time commitment, financial commitment, but I was a little bit of the conductor on the Hot Mess Express. So they were like, we will do anything to help this child, to help ourselves. Later on when I got into college, there was a motivational speaker at my freshman orientation. And I remember walking up to him and saying like, hey, I want to do what you do someday. And he told me about this camp in Hawaii, which I've gone on and off for the last 16 years. And all of that led me into this network marketing journey that I got a part of in 2009. And one of the things that I heard a lot while I was in that phase of my life is, if you don't learn how to make money when you sleep, you're going to work till you die. And that phrase is like really daunting. It can be really heavy, or you might not have actually heard it, because if you hear it, it's heavy. If you don't learn how to make money when you sleep, you will work until you die. Because the value of our dollar decreases every single year. So if you think you're just going to save your way simply to where you want to go, it just doesn't work that way anymore. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for me either. One of my other favorite quotes is, if you work at your job, you'll make a living. If you work on yourself, you'll make a fortune. Jim Rohn said that. And for any of you that are on here that know Jim Rohn, I just love that man. Don't take that class. Love it. And so the other thing is, how you spend your free time is going to dictate the quality of your human experience. And one of the things, not that I'm pro network marketing, not that I'm anti network marketing, but what I am is, it is pro work on yourself. It is pro get in the trenches of who you are, figure out why you do the things that you do, and then we're going to get better at them. Because one of the things we forget is we want a different life, but we don't want to change. Let me say that again. We want a different life, but we don't want to change. That isn't how that works. If you want to change your life, you have to change your life. You physically have to, and mentally and emotionally and spiritually, you have to become a different person to go to the next level. One of the quotes, and I'd forgotten about it until just right now, and I might forget it before I even say it because of my mom brain, is you have to give up who you are now to create who you want to become. Is you don't get to have both. There is a trade-off. So if you're wanting something different, you have to trade. If you wanted to be in the gym, you have to get better habits. If your habit is like, I wake up in the morning, I turn on TV and I eat a box of donuts. And then when I get home from work, I crack open a beer and I turn on the TV. But goddamn, I'd love to lose 20 pounds. Something has to change. You either have to get rid of that goal or you have to get rid of that habit. But the cool thing is you totally get to choose. So why now? Why is now the time to start doing something from home? And, one of the quotes that really just has been harping on me this week a lot is, the problem is you think you have time. And as humans, we get so caught up in that. We somehow think that we're going to kind of be this version of ourselves forever. And then something cataclysmic happens. There's a health scare. You have a baby, you lose a parent, you lose a spouse, something happens, you lose your job that just shakes you to your core. And then you're like, son of a bitch, I have got to figure something out. I don't want to keep doing this. Why wait for the catastrophe? Why? Some of you, I know that you're on here and you have been sitting on your gold mine for years, but you just don't know how to take the next step. You don't know when the right time would be to do that. You don't know how. or you just don't believe in yourself. That's what this community is about, is saying, we believe in you. You've got this. But to change your life, you got to change your life. So there is some exchange for that. The other thing is, some of you have these incredible passions. And I mean, I have friends that could throw these events and they do them out of the kindness of their heart. But I'm like, this is $1 million event. Like, what? You should be doing this. Or people with a beautiful design eye, or people that can create. And it's like, why are you keeping this to yourself? The world needs to see what you got going on. And you've got more going on than your 9 to 5. There's more inside of you than what you do for money. There's more inside of you than that. Show it to the world. I beg of you, please. Feeling aligned. How do you get to feeling like yourself? Because sometimes, especially when you're doing that week after week after week, it's very easy to just kind of feel like a little robot zombie. Kind of just feeling like it's going, but you're just kind of like, well, like, is this it, man? Like, is this all we're going to do? Just kind of live for the weekends? No, sir, it is not. We can create a different reality. We can feel aligned. We can have that passion for helping people. We can get involved, especially if your whisper's been bothering you like it's been bothering me. The other reason is tax benefits. Simply put, if you do not even own a home-based business, you are flushing some of your hard-earned money right down the toilet. You are setting it on fire. You are throwing it into the wind, and that sucker is not coming back. The money tornado that is just taking all your stuff, it's not coming back for you. It's going to one specific government place, and that is not where you're going to be getting it. Even if you're loving what you're doing, just ask yourself, is someone else in control of the outcome of my future? Because a lot of times, even if you are at a job and even if you do really love it, there is someone that is in control of that. My aunt, she works for a paper, and somebody else, a new company, rebought her paper. So even though she likes her job now, there's all this little corporate structures that she doesn't like. Well, she's stuck there. And again, I want to remind you, to be woman is to be king. I'm always astounded at what women can do. Even if you watch a woman that has a toddler carrying in groceries, you can see she can do anything because she only taken one trip inside. And we need to get that mindset around what we can do with our businesses, with our lives and our communities, what we can do together. And what's so funny, I haven't started saying this out loud very often. I started saying it now, but every time I've ever said to be woman is to be king, I've always said it to a man. Because we can do anything. It's 2024. You can earn $1 million, be a great mom, be married, not be married, travel the world, take your kids to school, homeschool them. You can do anything. And we forget that. We forget that we can do anything until we absolutely have to do something. But why are we waiting until we absolutely have to do something? I invite you to be thinking about, I know it's only August. It's kind of, if you're in Colorado, it's kind of like October. It's kind of fall feeling. It's been raining. So it feels like, the holidays are coming, even though it isn't. But I swear I blinked and it's school time. My son went to school on Friday. How did we get here so fast? And I guarantee you we are going to blink again and it's going to be Thanksgiving. And then all of a sudden it's going to be New Year's, and then it's March, and you're just living that same old cycle. So why not take this time to bet on you? Why not take these 4.5 months to bet on you, to honor your whisper? Because again, I'm not talking to everybody. I'm talking to the people that have kind of had that little nagging, that little itch, that little thing that just kind of like bothers them, that they've just been kind of scratching their brain over, that they know there's something different. They know there is a different way. They might not know how to figure it out. They might not know exactly what it is, but they know. And they're done asking, like, is this it, man? Like, is this all we're going to do? I always thought my life would look like X, Y, and Z. You got to start betting on you, because I swear if you don't, nobody's gonna. You have to be the first. And to be the first is scary. I get that. Some of you are getting whispers about moving places, starting things, doing different things, and that is scary. But living your whole life wishing that you would have done something else is way heavier than any fear could be. Wishing that you could do it again when everything is over, there is nothing scarier than the life you could have lived that you never did. I heard this thing where it was like, you can't, oh man, already left my mind. But essentially it's, you can't be brave without being vulnerable. You can't have courage without risk. You can't want to do the big thing without you wanting to faint, throw up, poop your pants. There's going to be something where you're like, oh God, I can't believe we're doing this. Oh my God, I can't believe we're doing this. That is when you're on the edge. That is when you have to jump. That's when you have to go. So for those of you that are wanting a different life, but you're wanting it to be comfortable and to stay comfortable, it's not coming. You have to choose comfort or change. What you've been doing the whole time, what you dreamed that you wish you were doing. It is now time to pick. There is a crossroads. You get to choose. You get to choose. And we can do that together. In the fourth quarter, I am so excited. Right now, I'm working on a course that we can all be a part of, taking that whisper from this mist of your dreams into a hardcore reality, solidifying that passion you have and turning that into a cash flow. Taking a step-by-step approach, because it's not just for your business, it's for yourself. How are you showing up as the people you want to, as the person you want to, as the mom, as the daughter, as the friend, as the partner? How are you showing up? We got to fix that thing. How do we learn to set our money right? Because some of you all, in a past life, I'm still in a current life because I love doing it. I'd run my friends' finance sheets and I'd be sitting down with my friends and like, I ain't got no money to go on trips. And I'd run their sheets and I'm like, girl, you spending $600 at Target a month. So you got to get your money right. Got to get your mind right. Got to make a plan. And that's what we're going to be doing. Again, if you want to change your life, you got to change your life. And it's time to ask yourself, if I keep doing what I'm doing, where am I going? Do I want to be there? If I keep doing what I'm doing, do I like where I'm headed? If you guys are getting value from this episode, I would absolutely love to hear it, because what I'm going to be doing, I'm working on this upcoming project, like I just said, launching in Q4, and I'm going to be interviewing people, mostly women, my badass friend women. But if you would like to be a part of that, put a heart in the comments. I want to hear it. Private message me, because I want to see, again, we've all got the stuff. We've got the goods, girls. We just have to be confident enough to use them. And the goods is our mind. I recently just watched King Richard. And what I love is that he would tell Venus and Serena Williams, the most dangerous creature on the planet is a woman who knows how to think. Can you show them how dangerous you are? And that's what we're going to be doing. Let's show them how dangerous you are. If you would like to be a part of this upcoming project, put a heart in the chat. Let's connect. Let's freaking do it. And let's connect in 2024, because we are laying the groundwork to make 2025 your best year yet. I hope you have a great night. Reflect. Tell yourself, the most dangerous creature on this planet is a woman who knows how to think and then knows how to do something about it. Ladies, let's be dangerous. Love you guys. Good night.